The warehouse. Inside the large gray warehouse is as typical as the outside. High ceilings adorned with girders and rickety catwalks top a huge utilitarian room. Concrete and steel walls meet a concrete floor. This is a place for storing things and nothing more. Despite the quiet on the outside, the inside is a hornet's nest of Lone Star officers going about their business. In the center of the activity is Emerald City's Riptor's last victim. With uniforms everywhere, no one stops you at the door. It seems this case hasn't leaked to the press yet. Lone Star or no, you've got a job to do. So maybe we can find out some freaking clues here. Huh. Okay. Thought it was McCluskey there for a second. It is not. We got some money to bribe you this time, you bastard. Officer Aguera. You again. How do you come to find about this murder? The press hasn't even been picked up yet. Let's go with this sarcastic comment. I read some tea leaves. Magic is real, you know. Check the attitude of the door, punk. Lone Star still has jurisdiction on this crime scene. You've gone through the researcher's computer, and I have a suspicion that... we've gone through the researcher's computer, and I have a suspicion that this is a copycat crime. The victim worked here at the NTSB warehouse as a black box researcher. Wow. The National Transportation Safety Board. The warehouse is used to go over the wreckage from plane crashes to try to determine what happened. The Vic was in charge of the highest priority investigation at the moment. We've gone through the victim's computer, and his case notes indicate he was selling secrets. Idiot kept records. Oh, scientists don't make good criminals. I don't know, depending. Yep, spilling corpse secrets, not the wisest career choice. Nope. What do we get? Mission key, warehouse office key. Nope, some runners like you probably offed him in a cover-up his corpse master's involvement and tried to make it look like a Ripper killing. Here's the office key. Check it out for yourself if you want. Talk to Dresden here, see what he sees. Ernest Dadaboo, still working for the dead man, he chuckles. As you can see, we've got another Ripper victim here on our hands. I forgot the accent I was using for him, but I'm not using any accents right now. Need to be able to pronunciate better. Looks like business is good for a Dial-A-Morgue these days. Ha, yes, yes indeed. The victim is male, mixed Native American descent, age 38. Based on the condition of the body, it looks like he was killed around 2 in the morning. Cause of death unknown. Several internal organs removed from his body after death, quite gruesomely. I'm not sure if the killer even knew what they wanted before they started cutting. Yeah, that does seem more like a copycat rather than the person, because they seem to cleanly know what they wanted out of the individual for all the other murders. Not much else to tell you, really. He does have a lot of pre-existing scar tissue, so he probably had a major surgery at some point in recent history. Unfortunately, the organs are gone. I can't determine the nature of the surgery. Well, if it was the Ripper, what was he after? Well, the killer definitely took the lungs. The more I look at it, though, the other missing organs may be just eviscerated. Eviscerated within the chest cavity. Is McCluskey getting in closer to a suspect? McCluskey couldn't find his ass with both hands. Ah, that's good. Don't tell him I said that, though. Yep. How's Officer Aguera doing in the case? He seems to be a real go-getter. Aguera would love to solve it before McCluskey and get his gold detective shield. Plus, he's loved to see McCluskey suck on it in front of his superiors. He's already tried to bribe me to keep information from McCluskey and slip it to him. I'm inspired by their tireless pursuit of justice. Did you take the money? He grins from ear to ear. Do you still have any idea how much this job pays these days? I don't think Aguera's officer salary is going to do much to seduce me into helping him. It sounds like the Ripper is taking a different trophy from each victim. Sam's liver, this guy's lungs. Any theories? Sorry, I don't do theories. I'm just a scientist who happens to prefer dead people. However, while there was massive damage to the chest cavity, I can see that the victim's lungs were transplants, which is interesting since another victim's heart was also a transplant. Granted, modern medicine has made organ transplants relatively easy, but it was an odd coincidence. But as a scientist, it's just that, a coincidence. This is only the third body I've personally examined. One of our other branch managers handled the other two. If I find that more of the victims had organ transplants, I'll let you know. Who's that woman over there? No clue. She just showed up. Next of kin, I think. Gonna look around. Do some detective work. Shannon Halfsky. You're not a cop. She looks up, watching you warily. I'm independent. What's your relationship with the dead man? No, I don't want to say that. It's a little harsh. I see you've been praying. Do you know the deceased? Yes, he's my older brother. I've been asked to, I've asked Bear to help me speak to him. She shakes her head, looking like the one who has found herself lost for the first time in their life. But I'm afraid his spirit is too disoriented by his recent journey to answer me. You're a shaman? Yes, for all the good it's doing me. If I could just make contact, I might be able to deliver justice and allow my brother's spirit to rest. Were there any other witnesses? No, not as far as I can tell. Not among the living, anyway. The realization then dawns on her, bringing light back to her, back into her eyes. But my brother's spirit may not be alone here this night. Yes, there are other spirits who may be of help. Her features harden in frustration as she's searching for something that remains elusive. Sighing, she opens her eyes and fixes with a stare. But I can't do it alone. What do you need? This warehouse contains the spirits of plane crash victims trapped between worlds. They wish to help, they wish to be heard, and I think they have something to say about my brother's murderer. Lone Star won't let me in there, but you seem to have the run of the place. If you can find personal items that belong to the victims, I believe I can summon a spirit to speak with us. Excellent, excellent. I need at least 2 objects. Can you find them for me? Yeah, of course. Of course. That sounds awesome. It's hard to cover up the spirits of dead people. The door is locked, but you might be able to bypass it if you could get under the maintenance panel. Okay. How do I get under the maintenance panel? Where do I get underneath this maintenance panel? Yeah, okay. I don't see a maintenance panel. Maybe there's a maintenance panel somewhere else? Check out this computer hall. Oh, decking 4. Looks like we have to spend some points. The computer is locked with a 2-factor encryption key. Leave the computer. This is why we save points for things like this. We don't know what we'll run into. I didn't realize we could have purchased that one. That's alright, though. That was fairly expensive. Alright. So we still have some more charisma left in case something pops up. We can spend on the fly. Send a dummy token upstream and packet sniff with returns. Okay. The auto-crack on your deck's program easily pieces together a real token from the data within the returning authentication key. The cyber terminal unlocks. Let's read the case file 95. Case file 95, Federated Boeing Jetliner 2300. Or was it 05? Corporate owners, Ares. The plane had several mechanical issues resulting in a mayday at 3:04 a.m. on June 17th, 2053. At 2:45 a.m., the pilot reported that there was an altimeter that was reading in the negative values. At 2:49 a.m., the co-pilot takes over the controls as the pilot leaves the cabin to investigate the rear of the plane. 2:58, the pilot cannot be contacted or located by a plane steward. 3:04, the co-pilot radios in a mayday, and 3:12, the plane crashes into an empty field into western North Dakota. That's a little bit creepy. Case file 96, Pratty and Whitney unmanned, corporate Ares, redacted. Let's read the researcher's private notes. Incriminating data! The notes that appear on screen pertain to NTSB Case File 96, the crash of the Ares jetliner near the UCAS and the Sioux Nation border. The crash is reportedly a result of an equipment failure. Reading further into the investigation notes, however, you find the substantial evidence linking the crash to an experimental Renraku research initiative. The information could be worth a great deal to the right buyer. You download the researcher's note to your PDA. That's where we make our money. The file has been corrupted. Okay, leave the computer. Is there anything else that we can find on the computer? Maybe not? Okay, there's nothing else here. Alright, let's go check out these lockers, find any evidence or anything we can sell, but we all say it's evidence. There appears to be, this appears to be the victim's locker. The door is slightly ajar inside. You see several of the dead man's personal items. Suspect his toothbrush? The blue toothbrush is still wet from being used. It smells of mint and cigarettes. Ugh. This appears to be the victim's locker. The door... okay, I just read that one. Inspect his comb. As you reach for the comb, the hair on the back of your hand stands on end, and when you take it off his little shelf, your heart thumps in your chest hard. This be one of those odd items that the shaman was looking for. Oh, it's an item that's attached to a spirit. Okay, alright, not seeing anything else. We need to find another one, though. Is this a maintenance hatch? No, that's not. Oh, this is a bathroom. The old poster depicts a svelte woman posing with an assault rifle. Okay. How the hell do I get in this maintenance hatch over here? Alright, alright. Go through these personal items. Maybe we'll find something. There's a large pile of old shoes in the ground next to the airplane seats. They could be discarded. They could be discarded luggage, or possibly the shoes worn by the occupants of the plane at the time of the crash. Let's dig through the shoe pile. Find one that's sensitive. Sorting through the shoes, you realize that there are 3 shoes with no matching pair: a left blue sneaker, a right red high heel pump, and left black dress shoe. Let's check the dress shoe. The dress shoe is a black lace-up with a rubber sole. Inspect the high heel pump. The pump is a department store knockoff and of an Italian brand, is otherwise unremarkable. Let's just check the sneaker. Ooh, the sneaker is a child's and it has musty, sweaty smell. Ugh. Oddly, you get a sort of shock as though from static electricity when you touch it. Well, so we found another one of those items. Okay. We're still looking around, looting and stuff. So yeah. It's hard to say whether this heap of items and refuse recovered from the plane or simply trash that hasn't been taken out yet. Let's dig through the trash. That's not below us. A sticky substance of some sort seems to be seeped through the trash pile, and your hands are quickly covered with stuff. After searching for a minute, you unearth a handful of interesting items. Let's check. Let's inspect that cred stick for evidence. There we go. We found some evidence. Surprisingly, the cred stick is still functional. You slot it in your PDA, and 200 is added to your account. That's nice. Dented lunchbox. A dented tin lunchbox that's seen better days. You can barely make out the face of a grimming troll on the front. Let's inspect the earrings. We took the earrings. The earrings made out of burnished steel formed into the shape of a small salmon, and intense primal fear washes over you as you touch its surface. This must be one of those items. I think we only needed 2, but I'll take all that we can get. How do we open up this? Is this a maintenance hatch here? That's what... there's an open vent on the wall. It's too small for you to fit through, but you might be able to find a drone through and open the door. Okay, send my drone through. Yeah, there we go. A magnetic screwdriver. That's pretty schwank. Not seeing much else in here. How do we get into this one down here? Maybe we can. How do I do with that maintenance hatch, though? Oh, okay, we found a magnetic screwdriver. Okay. That's what we needed. We needed a screwdriver. Why don't we have a toolkit on us, damn it? Looks like an old diary. Can we check that old diary out? No. I keep pressing this damn button to go into there. Alright, that looks like pretty much everything. Yeah, let's give it the objects we have. You hand her the objects you found. She closes her eyes and chants over them for a while. When her eyes open again, they're filled with tears. Thank you. These items are These items are all I will need. It shouldn't take me too long to... What the hell's all this? McCluskey? Officer Aguera trails after the detective, only meeting your eyes for a moment. She's the victim's sister, sir. This is a crime scene, officer, not some Salish drum circle. You're a horrible person. Isn't it standard procedure to contact the next of kin? Ma'am, consider yourself contacted. Now get the hell out. Come on, if we stay here much longer, I'm liable to do something I'll regret, or worse, something I'll enjoy. Let's talk to him. Okay. Karma gained. Let's try to talk to her if we can. Alright. That man is an ass. She stares daggers at McCluskey from across the warehouse. But there is no helping it now. I should be grateful for you. You were able to collect those items before the clouds, the clods carried everything off? Can we summon the spirit? Not from here, I'm afraid. Spirits such as these have domains to which they are anchored. We need to go back in there. Not looking good now, but do you have any plans for this evening? A little breaking and entering, perhaps, under the cover of darkness? Yeah, there we go. I'm more interested in Sam Watts, but yeah, I'll say if it means your brother's killer doesn't take another life, then yes. You're welcome. Now, since we have time, we should probably enlist some help. They may post security overnight. And I'm going to go on a limb here and say you know where to find the kind of people we need. Just smile. I'll just smile. Good. I'll put up the money. Wow, that is a fair amount of money. Wow, thank you. I'll put up the money if you find the bodies. She produces a fistful of crumbled neons from inside her leather pouch, starts to count it out, and then shoves the whole wad at you. Meet me back here at midnight. The spirits will be strong then. We will do that! As you start to leave the warehouse, your comlink chirps and the face of Coyote pops up on the screen. Hoi! Ernest Dadaboo, you in the middle of something? No problem. What do you need? Back up. Her jaw sets. I don't know if I ever told you this, but I was born in the Royale. BTL pushers like Stevie J ran the squats, ran my whole world when I was growing up. I remember. She looks relieved. Whiz. I have a cousin, Gino, who's been missing for 2 months. He hit the sprawl about a year ago and immediately fell in with some tweakers. Bad guys. They hooked him on high-amp dream chips and started using him for all sorts of dreck. I tried to help him, but he pushed me away. Then he disappeared. I've been shooting up BTL labs ever since I tried to find him. Guessing you have a new lead? It's not a lead. Her face lights up. She's running hot. A serious edge. Has a serious edge. I know exactly where he is this time. Got an old friend who eyeballed himself. Eyeballed him herself. I'm on my way. Paco's with me, but we could use another hand. You in? I need you right now. We can get that done by midnight, I think. On my way. Thanks for watching, guys. If you have any comments about the video or what you may want to see on the channel in the future, please leave us a comment below. And if you would like to see more of our future videos, feel free to subscribe.